Right. Lohse's demon.
There you are. Thank goodness. This is his house. A drama leak.
Not. You're ready to face him.
Not quite. As it stands, he'd overpower you in the blink of an eye. But I've found a way we can weaken him significantly.
Okay, go on.
Indeed. You see, I've found the demon's home plane. Many of our kind have them. A quiet place off the beaten path of most universes where one can be alone. Typically with all the, souls one has ensnared. I know of a way we can find this demon's home plane. If we can find it, we can destroy it. It will leave the drama leak severely weakened, weak enough to kill.
Grin, tell her to lead the way. Wonder what happens if you just face the demon. How does that differ? Is it an automatic loss or is it just a harder fight?
Excellent. And now's the time. Are you ready? Your party too?
That's Jahan. Nurse Fa. Yeah, we're ready.
Melody takes your hands and closes her eyes.
Stay near me. You don't want to get lost where we're going.
You are suddenly heavy on your feet. The air here feels weighted with import and dread. All light within you feels suddenly dimmer.
Here we are. Tread carefully, Lohse. This place... it isn't safe.
Ask her what you're meant to do here.
We need to weaken your demon by freeing the souls he's trapped here. Exactly how he's storing them, and what that will mean for us, will be a surprise for both of us.
Ask if all demons have a personal realm like this.
The powerful ones do. Nothing they enjoy more than a private playground where no prying eyes can interfere with their fun. And before you ask, no, I don't have one. Even I have a modicum of decency. Deep, deep down.
Ask if this is where you'll go if the demon succeeds in overtaking you.
I believe so, Lohse. But we won't let that happen.
Is it possible to leave the place?
You can, but that would close the portal for good. It isn't nothing for me to bring us here. It takes a great sacrifice. Don't waste it.
Well, since that's the case, we might as well loot as much as we can. I wonder if Melody would be displeased if I would just leave immediately. Okay, there's a candle there. Nothing else. Right, it'll probably open a path somewhere else. Question is, can I use these side passages now already? Giant Thunder Rune of Power. Trap. Giant Flame Rune of Power. Only a Venom Rune. Protecting an ornate chest. And we go... Right, we probably can't cross this without doing whatever Melody wants us to do.
The black candle glows with eerie, heatless light.
Do you sense it, Lohse? I think there's a spirit within.
Inspect the candle.
No wax pools at the candle's wick, though it grows brighter as you inspect it. A feeling comes over you. There's a soul within this flame, within the black wax that fuels it. No wax pools at the candle's wick, though it grows brighter as you inspect it. A feeling comes over you. There's a soul within this flame, within the black wax that fuels it.
Place your hand over the flame.
You are Prudence, the innkeeper in Driftwood. You consider yourself humble, but your very being thrums with inflated pride. That pride hides a terrible fear that you have birthed a monster, your son, Niles. The doctor approaches you. He offers you freedom from your deepest fear, that there is something deeply wrong with your son. In exchange, he'll look after your spirit. You take the deal and give him your soul.
Niles was the sadistic bastard that was experimenting on the sorcerers in Fort Joy, and his mother sort of knew that, but apparently make the deal with the devil in order to be able to ignore it. Tell Melody you found the candle's spirit, and usually it belongs to someone who isn't yet dead.
These poor unfortunates. The doctor draws his power from them. We must set their souls free. Extinguish the candles.
Like a cold draught in a crypt, Prudence's terror returns. Now it's a fear of the dark and the cold, a fear of the grave, a fear of her own death.
Search Prudence's spirit for who she is now.
Your name is Prudence, but your pride masked your fear. Now the fear is gone, and so too the pride. You accept the truth of the monster your son became, and you love him with all your heart.
These poor unfortunates.
Like a cold draught in a crypt, Prudence's
Snuff the
terror
candle.
returns. The spirit of Prudence resists the coming of the dark. You feel her terror, her rage, and then... nothing.
Well done, Lohse. You made the right choice. The sacrifice is a worthy one. Her death may save many others.
So, are we sacrificing others or are we sacrificing ourselves? I think this is a choice between how difficult the fight is going to be. I want to see this through. It's easy to test the fight directly, and I want to see, for one thing, how this affects it. Also, I think my Lohse has always had to was that we need to get rid of the demon no matter the cost. Naturally, if the cost is ridiculous, that's not the case, but certainly a couple of people who are not really all that intimately tied to us having to be sacrificed in order to us to get rid of the demon, it's a price I'm willing to pay. I'm basically have been waiting in blood through the entire game already, so the casualties would have to be significantly important for me to not do it. Ask Melody to clarify. Does snuffing the candle snuff the person?
I'm sorry, was I unclear? I would have thought that was obvious.
It had to be done. The demon must be stopped. If this is what it takes, then so be it.
Right, let's put it behind us. Let's see what else the demon is keeping down here. Keep alive. There'll be more where this came from.
Right, what about the loot?
This won't do.
definitely want what's in that chest. This might be a good idea to just disarm the traps. Oh, wrong character. The top one takes a huge amount of time. You have to have a lot of thievery to be able to disarm these. Good looking wand, if nothing else. Unique. Finesse trousers. 3 levels higher than the current ones. But lose some initiative, get significant amount of defenses. Some extra dodging. Perseverance isn't exactly horrible either. I think I'll switch. Intelligence rune. Finesse venom rune. What's a third one? Another finesse. This is a giant flame rune with nothing in it. So we're going to switch that. Insert one that provides a little bit of bonus. Because we're taking poison resistance, not that it matters. As long as it's finesse that we get from it. Points in finesse. We really could use another amulet. Although +5 natural finesse is very, very, very good. Level 20 wand. It's just not as good. It does have a rune slot. That's the good thing about it. The thing is, Actually, what does I need a giant masterwork rune. I need to see what exactly gives memory. We definitely need to switch some of these. The runes in Seret are something I don't usually use, so I'm giving up a lot of bonuses because of that. Memory would be an amulet. Right, we're missing a lot of slotted items with this one. Would have to give up one super spell, basically, in order to get more intelligence. But we would get 3 more intelligence. We'd lose pyrokinetic though, which is useful to us, in exchange for geomancer and dual wielding, which are worthless to me. I think we can do better. That's not a bad wand. Right, a quick glance at the other runes we have currently in these things. It's a lot of finesse. Could use a slotted weapon, yeah, but the +3 memory already sort of takes care of that. +6 initiative. Medium masterwork rune, strength +2. Why? Source orb, why? Jesus Christ. Right, we need two no. We need strength runes. It doesn't have to be masterwork. But this has to be replaced with something gigantic. This doesn't even have a physical armor. Oh, it's an amulet. This is terrible. Level 15 armor. What the fuck was I thinking? Holy shit, that's terrible armor. And it has an ability that I'm not using at all. Okay, this is god awful. I can't let that be. Right, the amulet is very nice, but could be a lot better rune. Somewhat better rune. We need a power on a giant masterwork rune. You. I have not used mass cleanse wounds in a long time. I think Earth was another strength rune. Look at Earth resistance. I'll put the +2 rune there for now. We need to make basically at least another. It's easier to just buy it. And a large one would give me +2 in here anyway, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Right. 1200 on a normal hit. 2400 on a critical hit. And we can possibly do 5 of those. So if we push the damage to the fullest extent, that's a lot of damage we can put out. No, it's not quite that. About 700 per hit, so 1400 per hit on a critical hit times 5. It still goes through almost everyone's shielding. Two others. I'm wondering if each candle probably means something significant. So we're gonna see this through to the end. Oh, that's a lot of candles though. That is a lot of candles.
Two candles glow with eerie, heatless light, unmelting black wax glistening in their glow.
You know what you must do, Lohse. There is no other way.
How many more of these are there going to be?
Your guess is as good as mine. But I do know what stands before you right now. Do not waver, just act.
2 candles glow with eerie, heatless light, unmelting black wax glistening in their glow.
I think it's a fairly well built up situation. It's easy to make the first sacrifice because I wasn't particularly a good person, and it's just one, but the number is gonna keep increasing, and probably the type of nature of people keeps increasing. So the last choice is basically a massive amount of people. Are you gonna just let them die?
You know what you must do, Lohse. There is no other way.
Yeah, yeah. You know what comes next.
Very good.
Say you want to see the spirit inside first.
If you insist.
The candles glow with the light of the spirits housed by each. They reach toward you, eager to be heard.
Reach your hand into the flame and let the spirit surround you.
In the first candle, you meet the soul of a lizard, a proud father, a humble man. He sacrificed his soul to save one of his children from a deadly plague. He doesn't regret it, even now. In the second candle, you meet the soul of a murderer, an elf who specialized in abducting and disposing of lizard youths. He sold his soul to the demon to ensure the authorities would never find him. The 2 souls chafe against one another, but they have been bound together in the demon's plane.
Observe that there are 2 souls here. 2 souls, and they seem to be entwined somehow.
Good. When you snuff them out, you'll find 2 less souls from which a Dramalit can draw his power.
Do it.
The first candle wavers away gently. The second flashes and pops to blackness.
You're getting the hang of this. Very good. There may be more to come yet.
No shit.
Not done yet, Lohse.
A lot more. Currently the choices have been fairly easy. You don't have to sacrifice too much. This might be the threshold for our character. Cost is starting to be too high. There's too many to really understand even what type of a choice I'm making. There's just so massive amount of people. Yep.
All those souls.
A sea of candles.
I wasn't expecting.
The candles twinkle in the distance, each a life, each a soul.
Say nothing. Stand beside her, taking in the scene. Thousands, millions of souls trapped here by the demon inside you. I'd like to ask what's gonna happen to them if we defeat the demon. I mean, if the end result is gonna be snuffed out anyway, then it doesn't really matter. But if the end result is that they might even go free, then that's a different matter entirely.
She stands silent, stock still. Malady suddenly grabs your arm, hard enough it feels to break the bone. She speaks through gritted teeth.
We must stop him. This cannot continue. We can't let it. We need to free them, snuff them out. If a Dramalit can't draw on their power, we'll be able to face him and finish him.
I wish there was a question to ask. What will happen if we... What would happen to these if we kill the demon now? Would they still be trapped here? Ask what will happen to all these souls.
We need to end them. Yes, they will vanish. They won't go on to the hall. They'll simply cease to be. But if we don't do this, there will be no stopping Adramalik. The sea of candles will grow larger. He won't stop. No one can make this decision for you. It has to be you.
Ask what will happen if you leave them, if you let them remain. There may be a way to bring them back once the demon's slain.
There is no slaying the demon while this place remains. We need to act. Just say the word and I'll summon a flood large enough to end this, all of this, once and for all.
It's best to snuff the candles. They're feeding a demon after all.
It may be hard to imagine, but each candle is a person. Destroying these lights would mean destroying them all for good.
Snuffing these candles is an act of mercy. No more will a demon feed upon these spirits' souls.
Yeah, that's a lot of candles though. That's probably much worse than the death fog. Death fogging this city, for example, would have caused, as far as casualties is concerned. I feel it would be out of character for me to snuff them out. There's too many. It's my place to take all these lives.
Malady looks at you a long time, something like disappointment or perhaps sorrow in her eyes.
Then it's time for us to leave.
Malady doesn't meet your eyes. Her arms are folded across her chest, but her eyes blaze.
Yeah, you couldn't just wipe all those souls away.
I'm well aware of what you couldn't do.
She glances at you quickly, then looks away again.
It was nice knowing you, Lohse. I'll miss you. I really will.
Having chosen not to extinguish the souls at the demon's home plane, Lohse looks at her party, her mouth set to a frown.
I stand by my decision. Those weren't just flames, they were people. I'm not like him.
The right decision is often the hardest to make. You should have made it anyway.
Well, a visit to a demon's home plane wasn't on my agenda, but I admit it was an interesting detour. Now, back to reality.
Now the demon will just continue trapping people in his ghastly realm. You didn't save anyone.
The door does not open. A creeping sensation comes over you, as if the door were examining you.
Lohse. The doctor will see you now.
I feel him in my head, in my soul.
Sort of confused where Jahan disappeared.
Here lies some anonymous soul. This grave is unmarked.
We want to still get an advantage of some sort against the demon.
This grave is unmarked. Here lies some anonymous soul.
The sewer's running as red as the street.
Here lies some anonymous soul. This grave is unmarked. This grave is unmarked. This grave is unmarked.
Greetings! Have you come for miracle? Do you need fixing from the doctor, man?
Not to the building. What's up with this place?
The doctor! He treats, cures, helps, haunts the sick, the ill, the needy, disease, hurting, sad, happy, healthy. His house, the Black House, the doomed Doctor Miracle House.
Plead with the squirrel to slow down. Take a breath and explain what it's talking about.
The doctor is in, doctor is in, doctor is in, he's in! He has the tricks, the gifts, the healing ways, the dealing ways, the dark ways. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe, breathe. The doctor is in, doctor is in, doctor is in!
Right. So, we lost the easy way to do things. Might still be a hard way to do things.
This grave is unmarked.
Yeah, a lot of unmarked
Here
ways.
lies some anonymous soul.
A book. Unreadable book.
This grave is unmarked. This grave is unmarked. This grave is unmarked. This grave is unmarked.
I've spotted something.
This grave is unmarked.
Any little advantage, and we're definitely trying to go for it. Large intelligence potion. Fancy bottles of beer. Expensive wines. And intelligence 11. I need to make lockpicks. We need a hammer and nails, I think. Or soap and keys, I suppose, but we have so many nails. Nails is just the easier way to do this. Each nail will produce 4 lockpicks. This is where the fish barrels teleport. Could we use the scrolls we had on these? I mean, I doubt it. I don't see why that would work.
It's fixed to the platform. I wonder why.
I think I tried them quite a lot. Yeah, these. Void Walk and Fish Exchange. Notify the doctor that fish is available.
stuck fast. It won't move.
Well, it worked. Well, it did something, let's put it that way. I don't want to use it now though, we have two, but I don't know what the benefit we could gain from that. Currently it seems like it's just a waste of a scroll. But if we would understand where it connects to, maybe we could use it to our advantage somehow. Would it lure someone from the house here? Maybe you could face the doctor here instead of inside his fortress, or some of his allies at least. Break the group apart. Here I will detail my complaints about the poor conditions in this prison. The food is... yeah, this is a generic book.
More blood down there than water.
There's no other way to get in.
Lohse, the doctor will see you now. End of the hall.
Doctor's notes.
A symposium on the anatomy of the human body. The nurse throws you a sultry look, offset by a smear of blood around her mouth. Something shifts beneath her robes, the outline of a diminutive third arm. A mewling cry can be heard from her abdomen. She places a hand over it and winks.
Food, baby.
Steal Doctor's notes. I want to at least read one of them. I rarely read anything quite as disgusting as this autopsy report. The doctor of record examined all aspects of a deceased human subject, including the length of her intestines, the exact length and width of various bones, and the elasticity of something something. Right, so it's just not useful for us, that's what I want to know. There's me, there's La, there's Joe. So all related to music. Lower level. Nurse C. The doctor's wife. Yeah, there's the doctor. 11,000 armor, 13,000 magic armor, 7,000 health. Good resistances against fire and water, not against air and poison. Looks like a mage too, that's a nightmare. Probably need resistance potions to just survive the first round against him. A lot of body parts.
The nurse slinks right up to you and inhales deeply, then exhales with a sigh.
It might be more to our advantage to go to the lower levels first instead of trying to talk to the doctor. If we can sneak anyone past it, that should do it. I think trying to do anything here is pretty hopeless. We might be able to manipulate things a little bit before the encounter happens.
You smell unclean. Would you like to be clean?
She flicks her long black tongue over cracked lips while staring unblinkingly. Her eyes reflect no light. They only consume. The nurse spots you, then abruptly averts his gaze with a scowl.
Don't tempt me. The doctor will be displeased if I have my fun without asking. Go!
The nurse rubs his hands together in glee at the sight of you. His palms are slick with some oily substance.
Do you faint at the sight of blood?
He leans in and whispers, his voice hoarse with a desperate longing.
Would you like to?
The doctor is positioned in a way that's pretty much impossible to see us getting through that. I think we just should try to go into the encounter, see what happens.
Ah, there you are. I was wondering when you'd get here. Now we can begin.
There's no mistaking it. This is the voice of the demon, the one who's been haunting your mind for so long now, the one who intends to seize your body, your soul for himself.
I sort of feel like Jahan might be the only reason we come out of this alive.
It's odd, seeing you here among my things, my practice. Usually it's me who visits you.
Confront the doctor. You know he's been victimizing the people of Arx.
People? Oh, goodness, no. I've been victimizing the Black Ring. Do you really think of them as people? I assure you, the people of Arx are perfectly safe. Provided they stay out of my way, of course.
Tell him you know his name. Say it loudly.
Do not say that name.
He quickly recovers his composure.
Ours has been a story for the ages, hasn't it? You were nothing but a 2-bit minstrel playing host to a carousel of visitors, and I was... well, I was doing quite well. But now, I'm even better. We've become so much more together than we ever were apart. We stand at the edge of divinity itself. Hand in hand, we'll cross the ultimate threshold.
Tell him you know him better than that by now. There is no we in this scenario. He wants your body for himself.
If that were true, I'd be looking out through your eyes right this moment. We both know I could if I wanted. We both know I could do anything I wanted. But I don't. Why? Because I respect you. I respect what we've accomplished together. And most of all, I respect where we're going from here.
Tell him he wouldn't know respect if it cut off his tongue and shove it down his throat.
I won't deny I have had my less than dignified moments. You're difficult, Lohse. You know that? You push people to the edge, and then you're surprised when they get desperate.
Tell him all you become with him is a monster. You want your soul back and you are here to take it.
I'm afraid that ship has sailed, Lohse. I won. It's too late. You know that, don't you? Of course you do. You feel it. There is no cell in your body I do not occupy. No thought I do not see. I am everywhere. Because I am you. Here's what you do. You find Dallis. You take back the powers of the gods. And when you do, summon me. Together, we'll end it all in an instant. Divinity will be ours.
Tell him you'd rather see him reduced to a pile of gore in the middle of the floor.
I have given you everything. The powers of the gods. Freedom from their relentless demands. Everything I had, I laid at your feet. And you react to me with this violence, this hatred. It defies logic. It defies explanation.
The same way my character could not sacrifice all the candles, there's no way she could ally with the doctor. There's no way.
There's nothing left I can do for you, Lohse. Nothing but feel sorry for you. And that I certainly do. For here, in this house, no harm may come to me.
Would the fish barrel trick work to lure the little doctor away from the house? You would think that the servants would pick up the fish, though. I wonder how that works. There has to be a point to it. Either just minor treasure or some sort of a... maybe a way to bypass this and get to the lower levels of the house directly. I don't know.
But make no mistake, this changes nothing. You are mine. Mine and mine alone. I don't need your consent. I only need your soul. We're almost
What does he
there,
throw at me?
Welcome home, Lohse. Come
We do not want to fight here. He did a damage boost on himself too. I think this is probably the worst possible way to try to deal with this. There's a wind-up toy somewhere. Yeah, we're not getting loading. There's the weird barrel at the beach, plus there might be a way to get to the lower levels of this place without fighting the doctor. I mean, if we have to fight here, we might as well just start the fight when we're not surrounded by a huge amount of enemies. There's no logic in us trying to do it this way. We might want to push Lohse in here and just get the fuck out through some sort of teleportation mechanism after that. Leave a pyramid outside or something. Or in a better position where we can fight things out. But this going in there in a group and just fighting it, no, doesn't make any sense. The worst possible way to deal with this. I do have who's spotting here? The source is this something here. As far as I can see, there are 2 level 4 locks. We should be able to get past those trivially easily. Guess I'm that one. Can I pickpocket these guys? Some of them are more static than the others. Invisibility potion would probably be the mandatory thing to get through that, otherwise I don't have the time. There might be a way. Teleportation through this character does not break stealth. Scrolls and books. Slotted items would be of interest. Scrolls are always nice. This didn't go as intended, but it's actually fine. The wrong guy spotted us.
The box hops and dances, as if an energetic toad lives within it. A large key protrudes from the side.
Twist the key.
Die, Isbiel!
The swaying toy sports a grin so evil, it might have spawned from the void itself. But it's not the smile that disturbs you most. It's the ominous ticking of the mechanism beneath.
Shake your head and say, if it explodes now, it will fail its mission.
Okay.
Ask what's up with the whole evil toy act.
The doctor's plan. Hide in wedding cake. When dessert time came, go boom! Goodbye, Isbiel!
Okay, tell the toy that Isbel is dead, so it no longer has a purpose.
Oh? Oh! In
It's gonna
that
explode.
case...
The fire isn't actually meaningful enough to make a difference. Peculiar seed.
Rubbish.
Crafting table. Lots of body parts. Holy shit. Dumbass started to run there. Holy shit. Do not do that.
Prisoner. Poor soul.
Display cases. Journal artifacts. Right, this is the more interesting place, I'd imagine. Ancient Black Ring Shield. But they're worthless. Journal mirror. Can use it, but Not sure what it does.
Fasten tight.
There's a reason for us to go there. The looks of it, there's nothing there. But this looks a little... Ooh, Queen's Heart. It is a strength armor. It's a crystal. Dust Blast Scroll. Throws dust at all enemies in range, blinding them and dealing earth damage. It's probably a combination skill. Bone Cage. Dust would be what though? I'm not too eager in combination spells at this point. Warfare, Scoundrel, Pyrokinetic. Bars and Tongues.
Wet eyes, red face, soiled garb. The dwarf suffering is writ on his body and soul. He opens his mouth to speak, revealing a gaping darkness where his tongue should be.
Another instrument, broken instrument. Does that have some connection to the demon?
You recognize him. This is Barston Tongues, the self-assured driftwood bard, whose golden voice filled the tavern with verse.
Reach out to the captured bard. What happened?
His lips part. Drool trickles from his lower lip, but he speaks no words, and there is no meaning to be found in his formless throat burbles.
It's the bard from Driftwood. Looks like his singing days are over.
Yeah, he seems to take way too much of an interest in destroying music and so on. Abnormal interest. Out of all the people we could have found here, it's him. Wasn't that important of an encounter even? Why him? Jahan.
In the squalor of these hellish surroundings, you spy a lone, bewildered figure.
Who's there? So dark. Step in from the shadows.
Jahan, say it's you, Lohse. What happened to him?
Lohse, bless the sight of you. The demon, Adramalik. Too powerful. Possessed. Kill it. If you can. I beg of you, Lohse.
Ask what happened to him. How did the demon get the better of him?
Adramalik. His name is not enough. He knew I was coming for him. A trap. A cage. So fast. Like lightning before the thunder. So fast. My soul encaged.
Tell him to remain strong. You'll get him out of here somehow.
Dungeon or daylight, it does not matter. I am immortal. Immortally bound. Only his death can set me free. Only you can set me free, Lohse.
I would imagine that... Ooh, there's a blood cocoon there, whatever that is. Right, there's a good chance there's gonna be someone's gonna teleport in here and we're gonna have an encounter here. Display cages. Seems like a dumping ground and nothing else. But it goes deeper, okay.
Artifacts, protected by magical shields. Good find. Lucky find.
Okay, what are these? These are inside the cages, I can't access them. Leggings. Intelligence leggings. Could be useful, but... One display case at least is open. Electrified blood. Could that be a way to open them?
The mortal remains of Sar Balis.
That might spread the electricity quite wide. Ancient scroll is boring. You don't recognize every word written upon the scroll, but a shiver runs down your spine as you look through it, as if the runes themselves exude the power of the magic they describe. terrified. Just by reading it. Right, there's a pair of pants. They're somewhat more interesting, but they don't give us the bonuses we really crave for. Magic armor ring is somewhat useful. Warfare and pyrokinetic.
When one unlocks, the other locks. How annoying.
So these work in a pair.
Nice.
Quinn armor set. Right, you basically choose which ones you're gonna take.
The rakish armor of Lord Ruini, he whose footsteps never touch ground.
Is there any way to restore the shield? Be an electricity strike?
The lute of Borislav, the legendary bard.
Exactly did we get? Wasn't too keen on even taking a look. This just wastes things, doesn't have value, doesn't have protections. Maximum action points -1. Well, isn't that wonderful? They seem to have something strong in these and then a huge weakness. You can fly constantly. Tentacle Lash. Petrifying Visage. So you get a lot of polymorph skills. And everything comes with a negative. -5 Thievery, -6 Finesse. It's a good shield, level 20 shield, inflict burning. It's not amazing. It's fine. Right, I guess we'll just continue going deeper. And what else I could do? Ooh, there's a guy there I didn't notice. Is that Jahan? Are you just Jahan? Yeah. So this is where the barrel comes from. I was wondering, this might be a way for basically you to enter the house. Alternative way. Could you lure the blasted creature here? He could face it alone. It would still be in a very, very unfavorable position because he's so goddamn well defended. He probably has more armor than all of our characters put together, for example. Odiferous letter. To the good doctor at the Black House. Kind sir, I know I risk a chewing out from the boss if he finds out about this, but I got nowhere else to turn. A father of a sickly child is as desperate as they come. My lovely daughter, my sweet Peach, grows nearer to death. Her head as hot as a blacksmith's coal, and her limbs are as limp as dead fiddle burns. I beg you, sir, go to her in Driftwood and spare an elixir, or a simple modicum of your expertise. I would be forever in your debt, signed B. So this is how you contact the demon. Right, Boardwalk and Fish Exchange. Notify the doctor that his fish is available.
Boring.
At least we can see if there's a chance we can do this differently. Is this the same thing though? Yeah, it's the same thing, just in two different inventories. So it doesn't work this way.
It's fixed to the platform. I wonder why.
So it can only be cast on the barrel outside the house. Would the doctor then come here alone in this area to pick up his fishies? So basically someone would have to go outside to cast it. But we could fight it in a very narrow area, and I'm not sure if it's to our favor if we do. I mean, there's no way we can use things like overpower. For example, he has multiple times our defense amounts. We might be able to use it after a couple of other people have attacked, used everything they have. We would have to bring one armor down, and physical is much more likely to succeed. After that we could suppress him. Kill him. Not an easy thing to do even then. Provoke. Provoking might be a good thing. Nothing blocks it. Who wants to go and throw the spell in the barrel? In some ways it doesn't matter. Lohse would be a good option because Lohse is gonna be the slowest anyway. Not sure if Lohse can do it, that's the problem. The Beal can do it. I have no idea how this shit is gonna go. Okay. Is there a better way to get out? Don't think so. There's something there. Faster way to get off, I suppose. Also, you don't really have the scrolls, do you? It'd be a shame for you to go all the way up there and not be able to do anything later. Some of which is staring at us, so the moment we use this will be spotted. Not sure if I can avoid that though.
Ah, kind of you to drop in. Now, if you'll come...
Ah, okay. Dealing with that wasn't too bad. Now we'll see if this was all a huge waste of time. I can easily reach, get out here or in there though, through the teleportation pyramid, so... Yeah, there's nothing's happening. make any kind of a difference to anything. There was some kind of a point to this, I don't see what it is. It did function differently before I went here though. That's definitely something. It seemed to be glowing for a long time, now it doesn't do shit. So basically by coming here something changed. We have to go into the fight and just, I think, use a teleportation pyramid to get out of it. We might want to spread them around a bit. We can leave one in the at the very bottom of this entire place, just in case we need to get there quickly. We can leave the one outside where Sabio is. So if we want to basically withdraw from the fight entirely, this is as good a place as any. We would have a lot of room to maneuver and move around, so. Maybe you could have put the teleportation pyramid inside, then cast a scroll on it. Right. So that's how it works. I'm not sure if this would work in our benefit. I think the benefit for us is to ability to escape the fight entirely. Normal turn plus high adrenaline allows us to use the pyramid, and every member of the group will teleport there. So there's a chance to maybe kill some of the demons' allies and escape from the fight before it becomes too tough. We can also replenish ourselves in the meantime, so no matter what happens, we basically have a way out. Might not even need it, but I think I'll be pleased if we have the option. And you, yellow son of a bitch, will leave your pyramid here. Getting them back will be trivial. We have a container of death fog too. How would demons feel about death fog? The sewers had a lot of death fog containers. Let's test this out first. I mean, can I even detonate this? It is invulnerable, so no. This will not do us any good. But again, as I said, we can easily get back to these, so this is irrelevant. There's a lot of death fog here. Might have destroyed plenty of it, though. Hardly matters. If there's even a single container, I stocked one. It doesn't have to kill the demon, but it would be great if we would get rid of something. I might have destroyed most of them, but I felt it was very risky to just leave them here. It will still leave me with one container. Yeah, that's about it. But if it works, that should be enough. I mean, Death Fog is not a time thing, so it'll stay. And we can basically force them through a bottleneck to reach us, so they will have to come through the Death Fog. Right, this side is much more favorable to us, I think. Long time to understand what we have to do here. Or rather, what our options are. The fight is certainly a tough one. So there is a incentive for you to just get rid of the candles. Right, if we can stick it there more or less, then all the better. I sort of doubt it'll work, because it's too simple of a solution to a lot of your problems. Also, did I actually take the container, or did I just teleport around doing nothing? I think I teleported around doing nothing. Amazing. Yeah. Sure, I was forgetting something. Like the goddamn Death Fog. Ooh, there was one other book we needed to read. It was one ancient book. Probably doesn't have anything specific in it. With him at our helm, we are as prosperous as we are safe. Each of the 7 lords enjoys his or her own preeminence, but all act in service of the king's designs, each in their place, each in the service of the whole. What could be more natural? Natural for me to forget why the fuck I went here in the first place. Because of the Death Fog. Playing an undead character would certainly give you a lot of advantages on this front. I don't care how much you carry. As long as you can still move, everything's cool. Also, you don't actually have to move all that much. Lohse still has the blue pyramid. You can just teleport to her. Finally! Maybe we can get something done. Yeah, the fun thing is this might actually not do anything for us, so... It's a bit risky to leave it out here in the open though. They might detonate it. Still, it's easy to load and retry. We would like to prevent their access to us though, primarily, but if we can take that one out, that will solve all our problems, so let's see if that works out first. And that's not actually how close I want to get to those. Doesn't want to do any kind of reaction now. That sort of sucks.
Ah, there you are.
There's no mistake.
It's odd seeing you here among my... Do not! He quickly ours. We've become so much more together, if that... But I don't. Why? I won't deny I have had my... There is... Here's what... Divinity. Will... I have... And you... There's not... But make no mistake. We're almost there, Lohse. Welcome home, Lohse. Come to Daddy.
Right, testing. Almost any kind of attack should do it. A lot of physical damage, but that's it. He doesn't give a shit. I'm not actually even sure if he's in the area though. One way to test it. Yeah, it's just a minor physical damage to them. That doesn't make it a bad thing, but it makes it a lot less interesting, and it could be a catastrophe for us to try to mix that in with all the rest. Yeah, I'm tempted to leave things here because this fight can go in a lot of wrong ways. It's probably a session of its own how to try to get it right. He's just so goddamn well defended. Does someone actually have to go there as bait? Not all that sure about that. So we might be better off starting with something a little bit more interesting. We don't want to start with any big spells. There's not enough targets there for that. But talking to the son of a bitch is pretty much worthless. At the same time, might want to do it. We could make some preparations. How do the sidekicks feel about water? They're not really all that resistant against anything. Blood might work the best for us. We can do a decent amount of physical damage, then try to do heals against them. We could electrify the blood. That would be more or less the plan. Beast is immune to the shocks. I would like to spread the blood in their direction though. Okay, let's do it. Bees will act very quickly. Can I switch barrels and people? No. I really don't want to talk with him with Lohse, but I guess I have to. Can I just start the fight? No, they don't want to start the fight that way for some reason.
Never pick a fight with your doctor. Welcome home, Lohse. Come to Daddy.
So we missed out on talking, maybe a little bit of experience by doing it this way. Nurse Do is next. We're awfully close to the death fog. Can't exactly burst it now. So yeah. Not sure what I gained from this. Thunderstorm attack wouldn't be horrible, it would strike most of these guys. But physical, they're much more vulnerable to physical. Time to look at our scrolls at this point. We could try Shackles of Pain. But they have enough physical armor to block everything. There isn't all that many ways I can do physical damage. Not through skulls. A lot of energy, but not physical. Sorry about that. I can try to things. Also, he's not actually immune to knockdown, I think. We need as many decoys as possible. They don't need to do anything but basically stand here as blocks to the enemy. The death bot emerge. That's not exactly a horrible thing. We could throw the death fog on them, but I don't know how that would really benefit us. We would need oil. Just basically try to slow them down as much as possible and in that specific spot. I don't know if I can do it right now. Not blessed oil. Simple flask of oil might be the best thing we can throw. Inventory is a goddamn mess and I'll never find anything here. Be with the grenades, I imagine. Ah, there's some oil. There's too much fire there though, so I'm not sure if it would do all that much good. Poison cloud grenade? Could you use a cloud attack to overcome the death fog? Go with Thunderbolt, we might be able to electrify the blood here. I'm not sure what we can do. Might to delay things a little bit. However, Lohse might be played out pretty quickly like that. We do have to keep in mind that we do have a teleportation option. We don't need to kill everything this time. We need to achieve something. If I could reduce it to us versus that demon, that would already be a huge success for us. However, we might as well try to go full in. I want to drink a tea at this point. Where are my teacups? Who the hell has that in the first place? Not that type of teacup, the proper teacups. Ah, for God's sake, it's a nightmare trying to find anything in this mess. Okay, Lohse's inventory maybe. Would they technically be potions? Right, I want the -2 action point cost. Doesn't cost anything to use. Then I want the +11 intelligence. +22. Intelligence-based attacks and skills do +310% extra damage. I think we're gonna go with Bloodstorm. I need more action points though. I can cast it once. How much does it cost to cast? Also, the T doesn't. I'm not sure what the fuck the T actually does. Action point cost -2. What the fuck does that mean? It's not obviously seen anywhere. I can cast this, even though I don't have the point, so yeah. Guess we're attacking physical armor. Hoping that'll be enough. Can I do anything else to boost my damage in a reasonable manner? I don't think so. We do about 5,000 points of energy damage too. It'll last for 2 turns. Let's see what it does. Never cast it before. Alright, physical armor slightly reduced, slightly reduced, slightly reduced, gone. Never had any. Never had any. Lost pretty much half their life. And they're decaying, so vulnerable to heals. Definitely have to go with adrenaline. We have to try to achieve something right now. Single point to cast our Bone Widow. Single point to infect. How much damage does this do now? 1200. But close to kill Nurse Doom. Points left. 1 point to heal. We could probably kill 2 of them. Not quite. I need a decoy. They have to come through it. They literally can't force their way through. 2 down. And we're more or less just a block here. That'll be fine. We should get another fairly good turn to do things. I might be able to even cast another master spell if I drink 2 source potions. I just don't see how that would do all that much good for us. Because I could only attack another type of armor. That's not good. It doesn't really benefit us in any way. Charmed my summoned creature. That's not good. Oh fuck! We could have done this a lot. Right, Sabile's gonna die. How could we done this better? The Deathfog barrel or crate we're lugging around, it's indestructible. If we just put it somewhere there, they can't come through it. It's literally impossible for them to just bash it. So they might be able to go around it with certain abilities, but that's about it. And the big son of a bitch probably doesn't have enough capability to do that. So we could separate the 2 groups entirely. Heart Piercer is next. He can kill Sabile, and he has nothing working against him at the moment. There's nothing I can do to stop him. How do you feel about drinking some tea? I could stop him, but only him. Drain his... Drain his shield and freeze his ass? That's pretty much it. Still, that's not the worst possible thing ever. What can I do? No way we can kill everything now. Might be able to kill off certain things. I reused everything in the wrong order. Shit. Balls. Sabine is taking most of the damage, and he's pretty much the last one who should be taking damage. Things seem to be raiding still on them. But you're the real big problem I have. Frozen and worthless. I'd like to attack, but Sabine is in a very, very, very bad position. Alternatively, I can pretty much do nothing at all. Yeah, I overestimated what the impact of the initial spellcasting would be. I mean, it's useful, but it's spread over so many targets that it's fine. That's about it. It's simply not all that great, and I can't do anything else. Right, I don't think this is a particularly good way to fight this. Using a block there, yeah. Death Claw, maybe, but I don't think its usefulness is vastly overestimated against anything but my might. So they could still teleport me into the fog. So I don't think it's an element into this fight that's basically gonna work against me. Adra is my biggest concern, and I can just block him with the indestructible Deathlock Crate. Then focus on fighting the others. Some of them can easily come through it, but not all. So if I position myself properly, I don't think they can... yeah, they have a lot of range attackers, but I don't think a lot of the range attackers can actually attack me at the same time.
Inside you.
Oh.
Despite your efforts to stop it, the feeling expands from your gut, down to your toes, up through your heart, into your hands, and into your
So we're
head.
working on a timer here.
Your demon is back. I've missed you.
Force him back out.
Instead, you sink to your knees. He's not leaving. Not yet. Not ever. And this feels good.
Stand up. Thank you, Lohse. Here, we are one. Invincible in our bond. Invincible in my Black Haven. Isn't it perfect?
So how to do over 10,000 points of... closer to 20,000 points of damage in, let's say, 2 turns. That's the challenge here. Yeah, that's a tough one. We would basically have to drink the tea with everyone and just pound the shit out of it quickly. It has to be physical, otherwise there's no way to do it. Maybe even multiple super abilities.
I know you agree. Now, let's be divine.
Yeah, we need a totally new way to deal with this.